Okay, well, welcome to coremud, and you're getting two videos tonight. So I've uploaded a massive video that was way longer than I anticipated, but I was drinking. And I didn't have a script, and I was just kind of ad-libbing the whole thing, and you know, that's kind of how I roll. It's okay. That's how we roll here. So tonight for this video, and this one will be way shorter than the last one. The last one, oh my goodness, last one I uploaded was 3 hours and 30 minutes, longest video I've ever made for the channel. And I'm surprised even that YouTube even accepted it and they didn't block it for certain words that I use. So I must have somehow passed their artificial intelligence. But this one's going to be short and sweet, I think. I hope. What I'm going to do is in the last video that I put in, the one that's like 3 hours, 30 minutes, I showed, oh, by the way, here's our quest system that, we wrote from scratch. There's a kind of a database that I demonstrated in the last video. Well, now I'm going to show you something that no player has ever seen before. Nobody has ever seen this before. And really, I've only taught this to a handful of our staff members, and only a couple people kind of figured it out and was able to make their own quest. But I'm about to show you the tools we created. When I say we, I mean I'm sorry. Yeah, I since I wrote this game, I have a bit of an ego, and people tell me that, and that's okay. It's okay. You can say I have an ego problem. You can, and some people say I'm an evil jerk. Okay, fine. I accept that criticism. So it's okay. So we're gonna make a new quest from scratch, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it in about 5 minutes. I'm gonna prove it to you how easy it is to make a very simple quest in coremud. And right now, this tool that I'm about to show you is only available to coders, to staff members, essentially. Um, there is a way that I could make it available to a senior player who knows what they're doing and that I can trust um, to make a decent quality quest. I'll have to teach them, and I'm about to show you the simplest type of quest you can possibly make. And I'm about to show you a what I'll call a Slayer quest, or an achievement for killing a particular monster or a particular race. So we have um, several racial quests, and I don't mean real life racism. I'm talking about rats. In other games, it would say, okay, kill 20 orcs and kill 50 orcs. So here we kill 20 rats and kill 50 rats. We kill 20 of this and 50 of that, 20 of this, 50 of that. So I'm going to do a simple one. So let me switch over to my game. So I'm logged in here. So this screen that you see here is my admin character. And one of the things that I have in my crazy inventory is the quest tool. Okay. The quest tool is an auto loading item. And it is only given out by me to other coders. And if I want to, I could give it to a player who agrees to follow the rules. They know what they're doing, and I will have to teach them. If I look at the tool, and I could type quest or just quest tool, doesn't matter. Quest is the built-in alias for it. So okay, here's the commands that are available on the tool. So the last quest that I made was called Give Steve the Raspberry. Has a multiple steps. I'm going to make a new one. I'm going to do quest create. Let's do that right now. And I'm going to show you in real time. This is going to be a real quest that I'm going to do, and I'm going to activate. Okay? So I do quest create. Okay? what is the name of the quest? So what I did is that you can't see what I'm doing, but I basically put, sorry, let me edit undo in my notepad. You can't see what I'm doing because I'm only sharing my camera and my game. I made a notepad for a new quest. I before E except after C. Okay, yeah. Mudlet, by the way, the lovely thing I like about Mudlet, it does have a spell check built in. So if Hoobitube is a name that Mudlet knows nothing about, but it knows if I typoed achievement, it would have underscored it in red. So I hit enter. Okay, what is the player level? Well, Hoobitubes are a creature that you can encounter when you're about level 16. So I'm going to put level 16 is the intended level, and that's going to control the reward for when I complete this quest or when a player. Do I want a player, which we call a builder? If I want a player to be able to manipulate this quest, I can type in that person's name. If I don't specify a builder, then only me, the creator of the quest, will be able to manipulate this thing. Or if it's a mentor, which is a special staff role, or an arch, which is a special staff role. An arch in coremud is an administrator. I'm going to leave this blank. Okay? Should this depend on another quest? In other words, is this a chain? Like, do you have to do something else first before you do this? I'm going to leave this blank. Okay? Quest underscore D. What does that mean? That is, for those of you who know Linux or Unix, you're familiar with the concept of a daemon. So we have daemons in our MUD, and there's one daemon that is called questd, and that is where we don't have a relational database, but you could think of questd as a type of database, even though it's not relational. But this is where all of our quests are stored. So if you watch the last video, massive one, I demonstrated this command, quest check, which is only available to staff members, and you'll be able to see that this achievement called Hoobitube Hater now exists. The asterisk is not here, meaning it's not enabled, because I'm not ready to enable it yet. It's not complete. Okay. All right, let's look at my tool again. So I've created the quest, and you can see that is now the active quest for my tool. In other words, anything that I do is going to be specifically for this quest. This is all menu driven. I spent months getting this thing to work. So now what you're about to see, I'm going to create this quest like I promised in 5 minutes. Start your stopwatch now. I'm going to add a step. I'm going to add the initial trigger. Okay, what is the trigger for the completion of this step? Well, it's going to be, this is a racial kill quest. So I'm going to do, it's going to be a kill race type of quest. What is the race that the person needs to kill? Well, it's a Hoobitube. Fictional creature. How many need to be butchered? 1. You need to kill 1. That will trigger the quest. Okay, quest save. Okay, I'm now showing you what's going to trigger this thing in the tool. We're going to kill 1 of the, and I just verify, I have to look very carefully. Did I typo the race? I'm good. I say, yes, this is correct. Oh my God. I have a buggy-boo. Why? Why is that? So apparently I now have to fix something. Ooh, gross. Gross, gross, gross. I haven't hit this one before. Well, damn it. What the hell did I break? Shit. Are you sure? Okay, look at the quest tool. Did it take it? Oh my god. No, it didn't take it. Oh, kill one? Yes. Okay. So quest save. Yes. Oh my god, what the hell? It's been a couple of months since I've done a quest, so apparently I broke something. Shit. Oh my god, I have to debug in live time on a stream. This is supposed to take 5 freaking minutes. I have to go look at this code. I have to look at what line 285 is doing. Oh my lord. I am so sorry. Let's just in another window here. Can I share this? Let's go. You know what? I'm going to peel back the covers if I can. Okay, so I'm looking at my OBS studio. Goodness gracious. What is going on here? How do I add a, oh, I need to minimize the chat window. There we go. Okay, now I have the full thing. What's this? Stop beeping at me. Oh my goodness. What am I doing here? I want to add a window capture, and I want to put, oh my goodness, that's grayed out. Properties, can I show, what is that? I think, yeah, there we go. Okay. Click OK, and then yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, you can see my code. Yeah, I will temporarily kind of expand this thing so you can see what the heck I'm doing. All right, so if I go back, my problem is on line number 285. What's going on here? So I guess you get to see a little bit more. I normally don't expose my code. I do not expose code written by other people, but I am gray. This is my code. I can expose what I wish to. What is this? Start kills monster plus equal to the end of the quest. This is a kill race. It's the type of the quest that this is. And what is it bitching about? It says left-hand side of the plus equals a number or 0. Right-hand side is not a number. Oh. Okay. All right, let's make a little tweak here. So we will say if start kills name of the monster doesn't exist, we're going to initialize that darn thing, and that is an array. Okay. So this is the language that we use here. This language is called LPC. It is it's an object-oriented language. It's like C++. So the difference between this and C++ is this is interpreted in real time, so you don't actually compile this like you do with the C++ program. So if I compile, so we do a process called update, which forces the code to get updated. As I mentioned in my previous video, the one that's 3 hours, I indicated that I am very meticulous about making sure our stuff is documented. I insist on the date being added to the comment header at the top, who did it, and what did they do. So this will be fixed add or kill race step. So a new monster or race has its array initialized. That's what I just did. So I save it. I come back now to the game. So I'm going to go back to my OBS studio and kind of like hide this window capture. Okay, we're back to the game. And I use the coder command to cause the new change that I just did to be loaded. And if I did not commit any typos, all right, I have a typo or some kind of a logical problem. What did I do wrong? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Syntax error in line 75. Okay, well, let's go fix that. So again, we pull up our code. Fun times, right? So you get to see a little bit that a player will never see this before. No, line 75. Oh, I've got a. When I was typing my comment, I typed an extra character I didn't mean to type. So let me get rid of that. Sorry about that. My fault. Again, been drinking a bit much. Let's do an update. Okay, perfect. Let's try doing the save again. Yes. Boom! Okay, finally. Oh my lord. Okay, so now we take a look at this thing. This is okay. It now has advanced the next available step number to be step number 2. So again, if I want to review what I've done so far for this particular quest, I type quest review. And this is okay. This is okay. I can review all of the steps for this particular quest. Okay, so we have our initial trigger. So when a person kills a monster that has the race of Hoobajoob for the very first time, that will trigger the quest. And I'm about to demonstrate that. So I'm going to add the next step. And this is the part now that I've fixed the damn bug. Now I'm going to fulfill my promise that this thing is going to be done in 5 minutes. So I apologize for the little delay, but you saw a bit of code. And you saw what happens behind the scenes when I have a problem, fix it, update the code, ready to go. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add a step. Okay, it's a racial thing again. Okay, now here is when it says the title of the step. This is what the player sees. So when the player, like I showed in the previous video, when the player sees their quest journal, they're going to see the name of the quest, and then they will see the title of the step that they're working on. Now, what I do is that I put all this stuff in a notepad so that I can fix typos. I make sure that my notepad, whether it's Notepad++ or Microsoft Word, I'm checking for typos. And I'm doing a little bit of funky alliteration here. Hate the hunt, hated. Harass. Let's go. Harass and hunt. The hated, harmful Hoobajoobs. Obviously, HHH. I'm an English major. So I majored in English. I learned this technique. And I have a blast with it. So it shows here, basically we try to keep stuff within 70 characters or less. Okay, now it says type detailed instructions for this particular quest step. So I put this into a notepad. I checked it a few times. Hope I didn't do any typos. Nothing is underlined. Now, I could have some grammar problems. If I committed a grammar problem, I can always go back and fix it. But right now, I'm going to do a copy and paste from my Notepad++ into here, into the in-game editor. I put a period when I'm done. And the instructions are now ready to go. What is the race? Well, it's a Hoobajoob. Okay. How many? Okay, so I'm going to say that to complete this particular quest, you need to kill 20 of these. You're not going to be able to do it in one playing session. It's going to take a couple of days to finish this, and you're going to see why. Request save. Okay, so it reminds me, here's the title of the step. It says kill this many of this many race. And notice, so aside from the little bug fix that I had to do just now, I did not have to write any code for this, because all of that code writing I did months and months and months ago. So I'm just using a tool. I'm saying I want 20 of this particular race to be killed. I put in what the instructions are. This stuff is, the player gets to see this. The player does not get to see, and they get to see the count that they are expected. So the player knows what it is that they're expected to do. So, Derned Hoobajubes. This is an inside joke, but Hoobajube is a race existing in the game today, so it is possible to complete this quest. Says this particular critter, this race, has invaded certain areas of the colony. In particular, they are fond of radiation, and they love hanging around fission reactors. They are mutated pests, and they are evil, should immediately be exterminated without prejudice. Somebody in the company performed genetic experiments, and this is how these things came to be. I have a typo here. They need to be wiped out. So let me go fix that. Not the, but they need to be wiped out. So this is why I put the stuff into a notepad. And I'm going to say no, it's not correct. All right, look at the tool. All right, we're now going to edit using this command right here. I'm going to change the detail of the step. So I'm going to do that. Yes, I want to overwrite. I'm going to edit step the instructions. Okay, it's going to put me back into the editor. I put in the corrected text, period. Okay. Review. Okay. So now it says they need to be wiped out because I'm apparently an idiot. Again, I think I'm still in my 5-minute timer, right, after I fixed the bug. And it says, okay, oh, by the way, when you complete, it says, now I give a tip. So I'm giving the player a little bit of help. And I'm saying, oh, by the way, you complete the quest that I mentioned in my previous video called Payroll Mystery. And what does it say? I may have to fix this. This looks a little weird. After completing, this is not good English. I'm supposed to be an English major, and I have a degree, and this makes absolutely no sense. Oh, I meant to say every player should start working on its 16. Okay. Let me just fix this. I can't see what I'm doing, but I'm doing this in my notepad. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing before. I'm going to do an edit step, and I'm going to fix my little, come on. I'm going to fix my little grammar problem. Okay, let's check it again. Okay, so sometimes what I do is I will actually copy and paste this stuff and plug it into my text-to-speech player and have it read back to me, because if I hear it, I will actually, this stuff will just jump out at me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I do? So this is the part that writing these descriptions for these like pre-canned quest types, this part right here is the part that takes the longest time. That's the part that takes about 5 minutes for a simple quest like this. So let me check. They need to be wiped out. All of them. Wipe them out, says Palpatine. All of them. Tip: after completing the payroll mystery quest, every player should start working on when reaching level 16. There's a fission reaction area that you can revisit daily. So there's a kind of like a lockout timer. You finish the quest, and you can go back, and there's a particular area which I'm not going to go into detail because this is one of the quests that's forbidden to be talked about openly in terms of the details of how the quest works. People talk about it. There will be punishments. That the current crop of players that we have understand that, and they abide by that, and they are actually, this is kind of like a rite of passage, this particular payroll mystery quest. Okay, Hoobajubs spawn there, and that's how you can complete this achievement quest over time. This is something that you will not, I promise you will not be able to finish this in a single go. It's going to take multiple playing sessions, because in each playing session, once you complete the quest, you can come back every day, once a day, and you'll be able to get like 3 or 4 more of them. So I said you have to kill 20. So it's going to take you about a week to complete this quest if you're dedicated, right? So it's easy to do. Can I find Hoobajubs? Oh, I need to one. Darn it! I need one more thing. I need to make Hoobajubs plural. That last sentence again is wrong. Shit. Sorry, didn't mean to curse. Okay, so this part is the part that, takes the most time, is coming up with good instructions, good text that the player can see, the player can understand, and the player knows what is expected of them in order to complete it. In some cases, there's a puzzle involved, but in terms of a Slayer quest like this, it is meant, this particular type of quest where it's a Slayer quest, it's meant to be clearly understood as to what is expected. Okay, let me look at what I just fixed. Hoobajubs, plural, spawn there. And that's how you may complete this achievement over time. I before E except after C. Okay, I spelled that correct. If you cannot find Hoobajubs within any other location in the game. There's one other location in the game that could have Hoobajubs. That's the city sewer. I just don't recall if the race is set to Hoobajub or not. Okay, now I've got this correct. So I'm going to do quest save. It again repeats back to me what my current parameters are. I say, yes, this is correct. Okay, I'm done. What I do now, I look at my tool. Now, only a coder can do this. So a player, if I were to give them this tool, and if I were to create a quest and make them the builder, then that player could do what I just did. They could edit the parameters of the quest, they can add tasks, say something to this particular monster, kill this particular monster, kill this particular race, enter this room, etc. So there's a number of pre-canned things that are ready to go. So this is ready to go. I'm going to type quest enable. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm now going to activate the quest. This quest is now live. So I didn't have to update any code other than I had to fix that darn bug. I'm not quite sure when I introduced that bug, but right now I'm the only person using this tool. Other people have used it in the past, but now we're ready to go. Okay, so now if I use the coder command called check quest, and I look at this achievement, well, here it is. Now we have the asterisk indicating that it is enabled. It is a quest that is targeting level 16 players and higher. you complete this quest, you're going to get the level 16 reward. I can copy this to my clipboard. I can do quest check that particular quest. Boom. Let me kind of change this thing. Okay. So I'm hoping that once I fix that bug, until all my typos and grammar were fixed, I want to say I'm hoping that it was around 5 minutes like I promised. So I may have gone a little bit over because I'm not following a script, right? You're getting what you're paying for. I don't monetize this channel. I'm sorry if you watched an ad when you saw this thing. I don't get to control that. So YouTube made a change a little while back where YouTube basically sent all the channel creators an email saying, YouTube, we are going to monetize your content whether you want me to or not. We are going to play ads of our selection whether you've chosen to monetize your channel or not. So when you see an advertisement, you watch any of the coremud videos, know that I don't get a dime for that. And because my channel is small, I've got like 28 subscribers. I'm tiny, tiny, tiny. I'm like not even a gnat on the camel's back. Okay. So anyway, you see here when I do a quest, this shows the entire quest all in one shot. Okay. So I'm now going to demonstrate the quest. So I am going to clone in a hubajube. So I happen to have, I'm sitting in my directory where the hubajube lives. I've just cloned in a hubajube. So there he is. He is, oh, there's actually two of them in here. Okay. Notice they're red. In the previous video, I explained why if something is red, you need to consider it. Red indicates it's either higher level than you, which in this case it's not because I'm level capped on this admin character. But when I attack this thing, he's an elite. And when I attack this thing, you know what? I don't know what its gender is. I mean, as a coder, I'm gonna peel back the cover. All right, so I'm gonna show you something a regular player cannot do. I can stat him. So only a staff member can do this. And I can see that his base level is 14, but when I attack, he's going to inflate. He's going to inflate. Cannon fodder is the title for an elite that is going to be, when it inflates, it's going to be my level minus a number. In his case, he's an elite -2. So when he inflates, he's going to be my level -2 with the stats and skills that are appropriate for my level. So I should be able to kill him with no problem, especially since I have an insane, my admin character is insane. Got an insane race that a regular player can have. So this is going to be not a problem for me. I should not have a problem with this thing. So this shows at a level 14, these are his base stats. And this is the instance of this number here that you see. That's the copy that's loaded in memory. And when I kill him, he's going to inflate. And let's look at that. Kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit, kill the rabbit. When you get a Slayer quest, you hear Elmer Fudd singing Kill the Wabbit. And you can see, boom, I just got a quest. So because the quest is enabled, it immediately became active, and the trigger that I set up where you have to kill one, that immediately took effect. And now I can see harass and hunt the hated, harmful hubajube has been given to me. And I can type quests, and I can see it's now my quest number 1. It's just alphabetical. right? I explained this in the last video. And so what you saw me paste multiple times, because I kept committing grammar and typos, got all that fixed. This is the last version of it. I hope I got it all right. That's okay. You got to kill 20. Okay, so again, you saw me put in, you taught me specify 20 as step 2. So I kill the next Hoobajube here in the room. And again, I can stat him. So there's one more in here with me.
So my father told me something very wise early in my life. He said, Oscar, either live angry or live in a trash can. Well, I say, why can't I have both?
That, I'm so sorry. I had 2 characters logged in. Both of them had their sounds on, and we had this echo thing. So we do have, for our number of our senior players, they get their own sound, and you just heard Oscars twice. And it was Oscar the Grouch is what I was doing. Let me play that again for you so you don't hear the echo. Coder thing. Okay. His sound is called Oscar. I'm going to play it just to me so that I don't blast it out to all the players logged in. Play sound, really. This is actually an MP3 file, and I can tell it who to play it to. I'm going to have to go to me.
So my father told me something very wise early in my life. He said, Oscar, either live angry or live in a trash can. Well, I say, why can't I have both?
Right, so this is what I do. So I do voices. That was Oscar the Grouch from Sesame Street. And this player, his character name is Oscar. So when he logs in, Oscar the Grouch talks to everybody. Okay, so you can see Hoobajube. You can see he's level 14. You see his stats. He's essentially 20 across the board, with the exception of his constitution is a tad higher. Kill him. Let's see if I can stat him quickly enough. Okay, so he just inflated, and look at how his stats changed. Okay, so he went from 20 strength to 86. He went from level 14 to level 53. So he inflated, so that if I kill him, no matter what my level is, I'm going to get an experience point reward, because that's the whole point of elites, is it helps us kind of fill the content gap, so that until we have every single player level that has content for that particular level, these elite monsters will kind of plug that hole and give us something. So you can see here, I got a experience reward for killing it, and it decremented my counter. Okay, so now I went from 20 to 19. So in the course of creating this quest in tonight's video, probably need some more vodka. So aside from fixing that bug in the code, and that was my fault, to get this quest set up and ready to go and running and enabled and active and able to be used, I didn't have to write any code. I just used a command line menu-driven thing, and I just had to be careful about the instruction text to make sure that it's in good English, that somebody could read this and they can understand what is expected to complete that particular step. So after I wipe out 19 more of these Hoobajubes, I'm done. I will get the quest reward. I'll get an experience, which is essentially The reward is calculated according to the level that I set. Now, the player is not going to see the level that is set for the quest. Only I can see it, and other staff members can see it. But I set this thing, as you recall, quest check. See, I'm too drunk to do this. Okay. So I set this thing as a level 16 quest. So when I finish this thing, I'm going to get rewarded for basically the experience reward that I get will be as if I killed, I want to say 5 level 16 monster experience is going to be given to me, regardless of what my level is. So even though I'm a level capped guy, I'm still going to get a reward for this, even though I'm in my my levels in the 50s. So, but I'm still going to get a reward for doing this. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed me kind of pulling back the covers a little bit, showing how our custom quest tool works. I'm quite happy with it. Quite proud of what we've accomplished here on Coremud. Again, if you have not played our game before, you can hit coremud.org. This site right here, right? That's our main webpage. Top left-hand corner are the links for, there's a thin client you can hit on the web, and there's the thick client you see me playing with tonight. There's a link to that. It's free. The client is free. The game is free. Everything is free. I will never charge you a microtransaction ever. So you will be able to play this thing for free. It's text-based. We cater to people who are blind. We have special accommodations for them so that there are certain commands and so on that are basically alter the game experience for them. So there's no ASCII art. The content is read back in a way that is their screen reader software that they use is able to interpret it, and it doesn't sound like garbage. So do check us out, and hope to see you online. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. Have a good night.